How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Who the Heck Are We episode. And do we really need to introduce our guest? Because you see him right here, the man himself. But let's get to it. Clara Manzano, your host. And our distinguished guest for this episode is none other than Daisuke Sato, of course. Sato, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you for having me here.
For, of course, being game to join the podcast. How are you as of late? Been busy, eh? Even if it's off season.
Yeah, I've been busy. I try to keep myself busy also. Of course, as a professional, you have to keep yourself fit all the time, even off season. But I can't complain. All good.
Mm-hmm. And let's just get to it, of course, quickly. You're entering your second consecutive PFL season here, right? You had huge contracts overseas, you name it, and we were following you intently online. What made you want to come back, play in the Philippines, all that?
I always wanted to come back one day, even though I play in so many countries. I always wanted to come back to the Philippines to play, and then also to help the league. My biggest reason why I came back here was to help the league to grow more or help Philippine football, because was a bit sad, you don't hear so much noise or so much things from the league in the Philippines. So I was thinking, why not, I come back and then try to make some noise, try to help the league, the Philippine football, because I get really so much blessing from football in the Philippines.
Yeah, because maybe early into your pro career, you were
Exactly.
playing in the UFL, right? You were
Exactly.
global.
Yeah, that's that was a start, and then that was a reason, of course, why I get to where I am, or to play where I was, or all the clubs, or all the countries. So yeah, why not? I came back here to help the league, give something back. Yeah.
Yeah, when you announced, because the last season, right, you played for Davao.
Yeah.
So when they announced, how you could tell that a signing makes noise when you open Facebook? There's a lot of wow reactions, not likes or hearts. It's wow, the big the big mouth. That's the barometer, and safe to say you got a lot of that. And yeah, again, I was telling you, thanks for choosing to stay in the Philippines.
Thank you.
To come and play, raise the level of the league, right? Because we think the only way to get better, if you want to be the best, you got to play against the best. And of course, you have so much experience also with the national team, because there'll be homegrown players down the line. They're going to say, I played against this guy, that guy. They're going to mention national team players, and you're on that list.
Yeah.
And you're there. You're bringing that gulang, gulang. Yeah. I know you speak Tagalog.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you're going to show them, of course, what it's like to play at a high level. But you recently signed with Taguig FC, right? So there's more wow reactions again. A lot of guys, some people say, oh, this is the Ascals. Ascals because players who played in the last decade, 2010s, until, you can say, 2023, you could say.
Right.
And what made you want to jump ship to Taguig? You were causing them problems because of your play, right, with Davao. But
yeah, of course, they're the people that, very familiar, because I work with them for a long time with the Ascals, and then they are very serious about what they want. They told me the clear plan, and then you see with the transfer, they want to win. They want to get a spot in the Champions League. And then every day I'm happy because I can just focus on football. They do their job. Just a simple thing, but they try to make it really more professional way. I feel that the clubs is improving how they work. So those kind of small things, then I can just focus on football, perform on the pitch, and then it made me feel that I want to help them get what they want. Of course, that's also same for me. I want to get the title this season. I want to get a spot in AFC or Champions League. So yeah, that much. Yeah.
Yeah, especially you talking about Taguig being a very professional team, right? They have a very big guy in Ace Bright working behind the scenes,
yeah.
Sir Ace. Era of the Ascals, he's so active on Twitter. He's the guy telling
Yeah.
us who's gonna be playing here, who's gonna be playing
Yeah.
there. I told Race, and now of course he's doing him and company. They're doing the stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
you
I'm
guys can
very,
focus on
very,
playing?
very thankful from the first day. When I see how they work, I really appreciate a lot because the players can just focus on playing football, and then they are working hard. All the stuff. They do their part, and then, like I say, we can just focus on, perform on the pitch.
Right.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the people that work in the club. Yeah.
But if we get back with the recent season, how was this for you with Davao underdog squad, and then there was Sato?
Yeah.
You guys went
We,
finished fourth.
I believe that it was very successful because of the squad that we have, all the things that considering things that we had, we give a good fight against Kaya or Taguig. We get a point against Taguig. We won against Stallion. It was, for me, it was very successful. And then why I call it successful because I think that we raised the level of the league. Many more teams are competitive now. Last season, you see, not that just two teams competing for the title.
Yeah.
We ended up at fourth, right?
Yeah, fourth only because of goal difference actually.
Yeah, but then it was very successful, and then I'm happy because I was there to help the young players. There was so much talent in Davao that I see, and then I was thinking, those players, they need to experience the high level football, and then they will just grow. Now I'm very happy for Dalapo because from the first day I arrived here, I see his quality, and then I just wanted to help him grow, and then which I did, I believe. There's a couple more players that can be national team level, but then it's not just about Davao. Of course, in Taguig also, in other teams as well. I just want to help the Philippine football grow. So that's my job. I'm not young anymore. I'm next week I'll be 30. So yeah, it was very successful for me with Davao, with the league, everything. Yeah,
that's great to hear. I was just thinking, right? There's Uri, so congrats to him on the national team cap, right? Of course.
Oh
and
yeah,
you,
it's to Uriel. Yeah.
You of course helping. It's I'm sure you feel that fulfillment of sorts.
Of course.
You playing left back maybe in training, and then maybe you give him a hard time as a winger.
Yeah.
The veteran moves.
I play central defender also.
That's true in PFL itself.
In PFL itself.
More central.
I'm better than any defender in PFL, to be honest.
There you go. So Sato best defender in the league, right?
For
That's
sure.
what you're saying. Oh, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it from Sato himself. Not like in the broadcast where you had to shout it at something, something at Jing. You said I told you when you won one of your big games, of course. Anyway, could you tell us about like your football background, especially since you're like an ambassador for the game? You have
like how long time ago we need to
like why did you want to play football? Like, did you grow up in Japan?
Yeah, I grew up in Japan. My brother started to play when he was 5, and then I just follow my brother. We watch Captain Tsubasa together, and then I follow him. Then we started on the street, and then that time, people call me I'm monkey because I can be, I'm always super active, climbing up the trees, So my mom also called me that. It's not the racist way, but then that's how I started. And then at the age of 6 or 7, I joined the first club in a school, first football club in a school. And then since that I started, and then I believe at the age of 7 I was already better than brother. And then I was U7 that time. I joined already U12 because. Of course.
Playing up, eh?
Yeah.
We hear that often from pro players, actually.
I had let's say, good potential. So then at the age of 12, I get offer from Urawa Red Diamonds and Omiya Ardija, and then Urawa was of course, my club, which I supported since when I was young. So.
Man.
So of course, I didn't think twice. I gave them yes to the offer. Then yeah, I joined the WTHAW. You understand?
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
Our cameraman just signaled me. Don't worry.
Okay.
Just making
Yeah.
sure we're
Then
good.
yeah, but then the reason I wanted to become professional football player, it was because of my life. You know, I grew up with a single mother. Life was always difficult, you know. And then at the age of 5 or 6, I was thinking, maybe with football I can change my life, you know. And then since that, I had a dream to become a professional. Of course, I love the game. You know, I always enjoy the game. But then the reason why I wanted was really to change my life. You know, it was clear for me. So, you know, that's why, you know, for me, since when I was young, I'm always an underdog. You know, forever underdog.
Underdog game.
I grew up in that way, you know, and then that's the reason why I get to where I am now. The rest is a history, you know. Always, I have to fight through my life with such a young age, but I'm happy I had that background because yeah, you know, I made it.
Yeah, made it playing pro, living
Yeah.
the dream. I think with what you said, growing up, you're like an underdog of
Mm.
sorts. I think that's the explanation why you got that dog in you.
Yeah.
You got that fight in you. right?
Exactly. You know, you see me on the pitch when I'm always playing. You know, for me it's like today is a day to change my life. You know, I give everything on the pitch. You know, I leave nothing on the pitch. You know, I made sure that today I changed my life. You know, I believe that football in one game you change your life. You know, so since when I was young, you know, that's what I'm thinking before the game all the time. You know, I changed my life today. Today's game, I changed my life. So yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, where I am now.
So it's like you're playing with that mindset, like you're only as good as your last game, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know why I get the vibe like you approach every game like your last. That's why you're showing.
You know,
all of
sometimes like especially with the national team game, since the first day I joined, and the first game against Nepal, the second game I believe against against Malaysia
Yeah.
in Cebu, never changed for me. You know, when I go to the game with the bus, you know, I hide myself behind the curtain because I get so emotional. You know, that thinking about my life, what I've been through, and everything, and then to think that I'm going to the game with to represent the country, you know, made me super emotional. So I don't want people to see. I don't want my friends, the players, to see. So I hide myself behind the curtains, and then I get the tears. You know, that's how emotional I get with the national team. Of course, not just the national team, with the club games also. But then, yeah.
How's it though when you sing the national anthem Lupang Hinirang?
It's so crazy for me, you know. Even now, if I think that moment, I get so emotional, you know. That moment, I always think like my, you know, life, what I've been through, how I've been through. Then, yeah, I get super emotional to sing that song, you know. Yeah, it's very special moment for me.
You know, growing up in school, they used to force us to sing it really loud. If not, you do it again. For us, we're under the sun.
Yeah.
But when we're in a national team game, I'm talking in the perspective of like fans and staff. We feel it already. We also feel that emotion. What more when you're one of the players, right, in the starting 11?
Exactly. Yeah, it's very, very special. You can't compare with other feeling, you know. You can't describe it.
Yeah. Well said, of course, and we appreciate like your passion for the country. But with your career, how was it like? You got because you said you grew up supporting Urawa.
Yeah.
And it's not everyone gets to play for like the club that they supported, because I see here in your profile you went until like U18. What was it? Did you feel anything special? Or?
Very special, you know. From the first day you get all the kit, you get like 30 sets of the of the jersey and things.
No
you know,
way,
it was
man.
crazy. We have to sign the contract with Nike because, you know, sponsor was Nike. Individually, we had the contract with Nike. You know, it was very special. I thought that time this is the normal, but if I, you know, think now that it was very special. Now, even now, we cannot. The players cannot get the contract with Nike. But then 13 years. Boy, we had a contract with Nike that was very, very special.
Man.
But then you know, the train next to the senior team players, you know, all those superstars, Shinji Ono, all those kind of players, you know, it was very special for me. Then I had a really dream, you know, to be one day to wear the jersey with the senior team and play in Saitama Stadium. Yeah, until now I didn't get that dream, but I'm now one of their supporter, you know, to support the team. Yeah.
You know, I remember, if I could somewhat show a connection, there was when Ceres played in a qualifying game for Champions League. That's before they changed the names. Ceres had Odawara.
Odawara,
who's Japanese,
right?
And he was a FC Tokyo youth player. And then like their ultras gave him like an ovation and stuff.
I see that.
Unreal. I mean, hopefully one day, you know, with a local club, you'll get to even have that moment. That would be close.
Who knows?
Even.
Yeah,
Who knows?
you know, if we make a Champions League, if we get the spot this season, maybe next season.
Of course, yeah. I hope you get to achieve that also.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, and then I believe for Japan you can't hold dual citizenship. So obviously you chose to get a Filipino passport.
Yeah.
I assume that's because of your mom. So from the looks of it, representing Philippines is like really, that's really your country, man. You know what I'm saying? No choosing. Like,
I grew up with the
yours.
mother, you know,
Yeah.
you know, who's coming from the Philippines.
Exactly.
And then since when I was young, you know, I had that culture all the time. You know, when I was young, we grew up Filipino, of course. I'm half Japanese as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, to represent the country where my mom from, I'm always, you know, feel proud, feel my dream. Yeah.
And your mom's from Davao. Is it Davao City to be exact?
Davao City. My grandmother from Mati. Yeah, it's far from Davao City.
Yeah.
But yeah, always back and forth.
Because I think you were saying like you call Davao home. That's where you really go,
exactly.
right, with your family and stuff.
I bought a house there also. Yeah. One day, you know, I will live there for sure.
That's great to hear. Who did I talk to? He's based in Davao. Angelo Marasigan was
also.
He's
He's from
in
Davao. Yeah.
So that was nice to hear, of course, because he played PFL. He made a comeback, right? But with you growing up abroad, so of course you're also exposed to Japanese culture.
Yeah.
In your instance, but one thing I ask our guests, especially those who grew up abroad, do you have those moments? Of course, you had those moments, of course, but it's unique when your Filipino parent gets mad at you, right?
Yeah,
do you have
of course. You know, how you say I get a lot of
Palo,
yeah. with the how you say
chinelas,
this? Chinelas, how you say this?
the belt.
No, yeah, of course with the belt also.
Standard.
And then hoer, how you say this? When you clean the
walis.
Yeah, that's the one.
The walis.
Your
punishment to clean the place.
Exactly. So, you know, whenever our mother get mad at us, you know, we look around first if there is some stick, and if there is some stick or the belt, we all the time hold it, you know, not to let my mother take it. Yeah.
All right, but just curious. This is still connected to like us like getting punished as kids, Filipino kids. Would your mom speak to you in English or Japanese growing up, or Tagalog?
Tagalog and Japanese.
Okay.
Tagalog and Japanese. Yeah, that's why I'm good. Not perfect yet, pero mas marunong ako na yung Tagalog.
Yeah.
May daming tindihan. Yeah. So yeah, that's yeah, that's the reason why for me it's better than like some of the players in the national team. You know, my Tagalog is better. Now I speak most of the time. I try to speak most of the time in Tagalog in the Philippines.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah. Especially with the fans and your
Yeah.
teammates, right?
But now I speak with my mom and really like mix Tagalog, English, Japanese. With my sister, we speak Tagalog because my sister grew up in the Philippines. You know, she until 6, I guess. So she's really good in Tagalog, even Bisaya also.
Wow.
Yeah. So nowadays, when I call my sister, I speak with her in Tagalog. Yeah.
Tagalog. So you're trilingual, right?
Yeah.
Not everyone's like that, as we know. But the question there is, so when your mom gets mad, like, I'll say my mom, when she gets mad, drops the English.
Yeah.
Also, the other guys, the moms shift to Filipino. Yeah. Do you have that? Your mom goes straight Filipino when she gets mad.
My
Yeah.
mom always say
all
like,
get-
"Anong sabi mo? Anong sabi mo? Sumbugin kita." So something like this. Yeah.
Ano sabi mo? That means you said
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I see a connection with Sato being that dog on the pitch. Yeah. All right. But we get to it also with the punishment. Okay, that's done and
Yeah.
dusted. How about like food growing up? I mean, Japanese food is great, but I'm sure your mom exposed you. Like,
Yeah,
Filipino
a
food and
lot.
stuff.
Of course,
Similar.
everybody loved sinigang, adobo, but my favorite was kare kare. Of course, sinigang also, and adobong pusit was my favorite. Dain sometimes, but sometimes smelly. Yeah, I grew up with so many Filipino food. You know, my mom cook. I really love the Filipino food.
Yeah.
Now even my wife from Netherlands, she really enjoy. You know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
nice.
It's very nice. My mom cook a lot of Filipino food in Japan.
Everyone says mama's cooking is the best.
Yeah.
Regardless,
Sure.
everyone, right? Then, if we get to your like career of sorts, so you're with Urawa, and then you had a stint in Japan, turned pro, and then you went everywhere. You went to Europe.
Yeah.
I know you even went to Romania. We're like, wow, like even far-flung countries. What made you want to travel for football before somewhat sticking?
My
around
dream
Asia?
was to play in J League, but then I think if I finished my university, I think I had a chance to go J League. But let me talk about before I joined I go to university. You know, my father told me that he's the one to cover the cost. You know, the
tuition fee.
tuition
In
fee.
school. Okay.
For the university because he wasn't there all the time, and you know he was the one say, okay, now it's my time to pay, and I was like, okay, let me go to university, and then after that I will turn pro in J League. That was my dream. And the first year I went, before I finished my first year, my dad got really sick, and then he got a cancer, lung problem. He told me that he cannot work anymore, so he cannot pay for the school. And then he asked me, "What you gonna do?" Then I said, "What else I can do? You know, I have to try to turn pro now to make myself the life, because there was no other choice. You know, even though I wanted to stay in Japan, chase my dream, but I had no choice. You know, so I told my dad, "Okay, let me find something by myself, and then let's see from there." And then I get a chance, I get the opportunity, I get a call from Boston through my connection, and then he asked me to join Global FC. I was lucky, and then my dad was asking like, I told my dad about it, and then my dad say, "What if you don't make it?" And then I said, "Yeah, I don't want to have any insurance, but what insurance I can have? You know, I have no other choice. I have to come back to Japan. If I don't make it, I have to come back to Japan to build some house or something. I will see." So I joined Global, and then luckily, you know, the rest is the history. You know, I made it until, you know, to the top. I joined the Scouts, and after 2-3 months Global first, and after 2-3 months I joined with the Scouts, and then since that I started to play, starting 11 since the first game. And then at the age of now 29, I have 60 caps, I'm very
That's
proud
a lot,
of it.
man.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Congrats.
I'm very happy with the blessing, a lot of blessing I get with the football. Yeah.
And I think you were talking about that fulfillment and like turning pro, right?
Yeah.
Right there, what you mentioned, because you had to find a way. You had to ball yourself
Exactly.
out, in
Exactly.
life. Not just the game, but
Yeah.
off the pitch as a whole. And I mean, I'm glad you succeeded, of course, and that you're getting a career that's thriving. Then, am I right? When you were in Romania, you got to play in a UEFA competition. Is that
Yeah,
right?
right.
Is that Europa
League?
Yeah.
But then playoff though. We play against
big, though.
Croatian team Hajduk Split. If we won that game, we made it to the
Like the proper tournament.
proper
right?
tournament. But then we lost. But still, it was a
Yeah, exactly.
big stage for me.
That's big.
For me, everything was like, wow, Then I remember my first training camp with the Romanian club. We had to play against Fenerbahce.
Man.
Yeah,
that's
that
big.
time Van Persie was there.
Oh.
So I played against Van
played
Persie.
against him.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything. I was 19, 20 years old, I guess, 21.
Yeah, just after your stint in the
yeah.
Philippines, man.
He was not best time of his career for sure.
Yeah.
But then still, he was
Still
amazing
massive.
player, massive, yeah.
His influence.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, the way he played. How was that? A little shoulder to shoulder?
I
Or
tried.
is there a picture
I
of
couldn't
you
even
bumping
touch.
him? Oh, you couldn't get close. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's that's an experience. But then I'm very happy to get to face against Van Persie.
Yeah.
I couldn't even touch, but for me that was something. Yeah.
Who says to get to play against players from that level? Right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, the top tier.
Yeah.
Because there's some pictures that will go around, right? Like some players they'd have to stop Ronaldo, Messi. There's a number of guys who've gotten to play against world players like them. So you go to the list of players who've been able to do that, right? Then I was telling you, I actually got to watch Askel's friendly in Malaysia when you guys were preparing for the Challenge Cup.
Yeah.
So you're saying that was your second cap.
Second
right?
cap, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really good game. One that Dato saved the penalty, right?
Yeah, 0-0
Yeah,
draw to end it.
0-0. We had many chances, I guess. Balot was there. Doctora.
If I recall, also,
yeah, also
Balot.
he was. Yeah, Balot played.
Kurt Dizon was also.
Kurt was there.
I think it might have been his debut, but he was playing.
No, we had the same debut against Nepal in
yeah.
Qatar. Then
Yeah.
I think after that we had a
Kurt
game.
Dizon played.
Yeah.
But you were starting already. You were
Yeah,
left back. I
yeah.
remember.
Then we had a Challenge Cup. Of course, in my position, I had Denis Kagara, all other big names. I was there young, 18, 19. I remember I wrote on my football note, I don't care who's coming next to me or who's in my position, Bundesliga, Premier League, La Liga, put anybody next to me. And then I just write it on my football note, and then I write it down that I'll be the best, still I'll be the one to play. And then, that time, do you remember against Maldives? After the game, I approached the camera.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you that
And
actually.
then I say, I'm the best. I'm the number one. I say.
So that's what you were saying to the
Exactly.
camera.
Because, there was so many things going on around. People talking, why he's not playing, why he's playing, he's too young. So many things going on around. So I wanted to prove in the game that I'm the best. So that's why I get emotional. After the game, I approach the camera. I say I'm the number one. I'm the best. Yeah. That was the story. Yeah.
Our cameraman is my brother Jego.
Yeah.
And when we were watching the game, we were like, "Hey, he's taunting the camera."
Yeah.
You remember that? I thought because there's no audio from you at the ambient, so I thought you were saying something like, "Yeah, I did."
Yeah.
So that's what you were saying.
I couldn't speak good English that time, you know.
Not yet,
But
not
then
yet.
still, I know that I can say I'm the best, I'm number one. You know, that's what I say after a game in front of the camera. Yeah.
I mean, when you're like people are like emotional, the instinct kicks in, right? That's why
Yeah.
we're saying when our parents get mad, they're gonna speak Filipino
yeah.
and something like that. That's why you were on point,
Yeah.
driven by that moment, of course. But how was that camp? Because you were starting, and at that time, people said that was the strongest version of the national team.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was that whole camp? Second place, obviously not what the Philippines wanted. Everyone was hella sad that the team lost, of course, but we're so supportive. And then you stood in the technical area to
Yeah.
watch the awarding.
Yeah, I remember that
was that whole
moment
thing?
still. But then for me, it's the, you know, the tournament that changed my life as well. You know, so that's one of the best tournament I ever play, because that really changed my football career. That's where everything started also. And then me when I guess 19, you know, Amani also that time 19.
That's right. Amani had to play center back.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then to not knowing so much about the tournament, to be honest, how important that was, because everything was in a rush. You know, I joined the global, and then after 2-3 months already in the national team, I don't speak English. You know, I don't know any of them, to be honest. But then, you know, my focus was to perform on the pitch and then change my life. And then we had such a nice group. We really enjoyed the tournament, training, the day off, you know, on the boat, everything. You know, for me was very special. I really loved that group. Unlucky we lost in the final, but you know, it was of course hard. It was painful because you know, if we won, we would have played against Japan or Korea, you know, in Asian Cup, right? But then I was standing that moment, you know, how life, I mean, how nice the life can be, but at the same time, if you miss one opportunity, how sad can be. And I was thinking that, so I wanted to make sure that I keep that memory, you know, in me, really deep inside, that, you know, one day, you know what, I will make it, you know, I will come back, I will revenge, I will play in the Asian Cup, which we did, right?
2019.
So that made me even more hungry, you know, early time of my pro career. Then what I was thinking more, but then I couldn't just go back and to the room and thinking, you know, why we lost. But I just really wanted to keep it inside of me, that, you know, that picture, Palestine, was it?
Palestine raising
right?
the trophy,
Lift the trophy, and then just I was saying to myself one day, you know what, I'll be the one to play in the Asian Cup. But yeah, we made it, so rest is a history.
There's like that redemption, right? The Philippines qualified, and I see that you're using that as motivation. Right. But I want to ask, like, your mindset. So do you remind yourself about that or any other struggles when you're like lifting weights or in training? Just to make yourself. So
that's why I love the challenge. When the things get hard, I'm kind of happy. You know, when I face the wall, when I face, you know, so many challenge in life, I kind of get happy though, because, you know, I have the motivation. You know, because sometimes it's difficult to push yourself, but then if you have those kind of things in your head, like difficult times or difficult things that you are facing, it's very easy to push yourself. You know, I use that as a fuel, you know. So when people are talking bad about me or bad about team, or, you know, for me it's like a music to my ear, you know, that always keep in my head. And then I go to the gym, example, or I go to the mountain to run, or I go to the camp to push myself, you know. So that's why I love it. I love the challenge. Yeah, for me.
Fueled by haters also, even.
Exactly.
In connection to, of course, what you said, or what you were saying in front of the camera in the Challenge Cup semifinals. But I think we can call that Sato mentality.
Yeah.
I'll try to think of another name also if I can. But that's what enters my head. Come to think of it. And then with this, of course, what's a day like for Sato? Maybe first off season, especially
Off
now.
season.
Yeah.
Off season, of course, you know, I'm a family man. I'm a father now. I have to bring my family sometimes to the island or to, you know, some of the place, beautiful place. But then first thing I always look when I go to holiday. Let's say we have to find a hotel, but then I always ask my wife, is there a hotel with the gym, or is there a training? I mean, the camp, some camp place where I can train.
Yeah.
Or some Muay Thai gym or something. Because I love to push myself. I love to keep myself fit. So that's the first priority for me. So let's say sometimes in 10 days or 2 weeks, example, one time I went to Pattaya to go 10 days with the Muay Thai gym. So 6 in the morning until let's say 12 noon, you are, you know, just working out, running, you know. That made me really happy. So when I go to holiday or when I have off season, I try to make sure that I'm still active. You know, I try to build myself or try to keep myself fit. And then the rest, I try to enjoy my time with the family. But then the first priority for me is to actually keep, you know, myself fit. Fit physically, but fit mentally also, you know. The why I do a lot of workouts. Of course, I have to, you know, to build the muscle, or I have to, you know, keep myself fit. But then more importantly for me, it's mentally. You know, if I'm active, I feel mentally good, and then everything become more smooth if you feel good here. So I do a lot of meditation also. That's also my secret. So yeah, that's my off season kinda.
Wow. So being fit, of course, will give you that confidence to make you feel
Yeah.
good. Of course, we know confidence can be big. Some
Yeah.
people, it's just confidence that lets them down sometimes. right?
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, you're a father, so congrats.
Yeah.
Of course, you have
Thank
a
you.
boy or a girl.
I have a daughter.
A daughter.
5 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very happy now. I can't complain because my daughter go to school here, you know. So let's say the reason also why I stay in the Philippines, because of course I'm a father. I want my daughter to go to school, you know. So I had an offer from other countries as well, but
Yeah,
then
you did say in the off season, yeah, to me.
other countries as well. But then my priority now, of course, is my daughter, you know, because I'm a family man, and then I'm happy that she enjoy her school. Yeah, I can't complain. Yeah, everything is good now.
The important question, is she as fierce as her dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
Whoa.
Even more.
Okay.
Even more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that
Many people say, wow, like in a good way, she's crazy. Like she fear nothing, you know? She really fearless. You know, and then I said also, of course, I said to them, of course, you know, who's the father? It's me. Yeah. I try to let her grow in a wild way. You know, I want her to be more freedom. I want her to be more wild. You know, so that's why
you're an adventurous dad.
Yeah, right. So when I say to her, when there is a chicken and rice, you eat with the hand.
Filipino style.
Filipino style, you know. So she's eating like really like wild. Yeah, and then her favorite food is really chicken, you know. So I said to her name is Naila. I said to Naila, what do you want to eat today? Chicken and rice. And then sometimes I make a joke. What about chicken and bread? She said no, chicken and rice. Yeah. I'm very happy.
That's a sign of Filipino or being Asian, right?
Yeah.
Rice. Oh, yeah. But given you're trilingual, then your wife is Dutch, right?
Dutch, yeah.
That's a lot of languages. So, what languages do you speak with your daughter? Or did you choose something?
No, with my daughter, with me, she speak English. With mother, she speak Dutch. And then when she was more younger, I tried to teach her, of course, Japanese as well. But then she was really not interested. So hopefully now with the school, some of the schoolmates speak Tagalog as well. So she gonna, pick some of the Tagalog. I try to teach her easy words, but then I think, the kids learn very fast. So maybe in a couple years she will speak Tagalog. So that's what I hope. So she'll speak English, Tagalog, and Dutch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Man.
But Japanese, I think no chance. She's really not interested.
Oh, man. Maybe down the line.
Yeah.
When you guys go to Japan or something, right?
Yeah.
For an immersion with the culture. But how about what's the day like when there's a game? For example, it's a Saturday. You got a PFL game.
PFL game. Let's say I wake up 6, and then 7 to 8 I do. Well, sometimes I walk on the street, and then try to do activation, try to wake myself up, and try to get some blood flow, and then I go to the gym and stretching. I don't do too much things, just stretching to get ready for the game, and then I come home and I play with my daughter a little bit, and then I eat lunch and I take a nap for 1 hour, and then do my meditation, and then ready for the game, go into the game. Yeah.
But in the gym, it's just more stretching, no light workouts.
More stretching in the game day, yeah.
Interesting. I hear some guys, they do a bit of the lifting. In your case,
in the game day, I try to focus on my mental side. So I do meditation, or to listen to those meditation music. Yeah.
Meditation music, not the upbeat stuff. More meditation is like more relaxing.
When you're on the way to the game, yes. But then, couple hours, I try to get meditation music in my head to just be ready mentally. Yeah.
Interesting. Do you have like your pump up song, or you just have a random playlist?
Yeah, random. It depends. Like sometimes Japanese, sometimes French hip hop or R&B. Sometimes I like all those kind of different music. So depends on my mood.
Very interesting. Some guys, as we know, they have their set songs and stuff. Each to their own, each to his own. Some people have their own style.
Yeah, right.
You have your style, others have their style.
But one thing that I make sure that I don't listen to love songs before the game, because sometimes you feel emotional, you get sad. I don't want to go with this mood to the game. So one thing I make sure I really don't listen to love song before the game.
Because you said already you're a bit emotional. Right? What more? It might
you put in the headphones and it comes right into your head, and then your mood will become a little bit not ready for the game. So yeah.
Has that happened once? No.
When I was like teenager.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you learned from that already, of course. Yeah. But I think I want to ask a pressing question. So you're obviously passionate for playing when it comes to playing for the national team. There's been a number of camps and friendlies already. I know that you're outspoken and you feel that you should be there, right? Is there something that's missing from your game that you think that will help you get called up? What do you think?
No, I mean, I don't want to talk about it. I mean, I'm ready whenever they call me. If in a way, if I believe that I can help the team still. And then I feel that I'm still better than any of the left back, to be honest. But then, of course, it's their choice. But then, whenever they call me, I'm here to help. I want to help the team. If they need my service, of course, I'll be there always. So I'm ready. But then, right now, of course, I haven't get the called up yet. But then, my goal here is to help Philippine football. So right now, not with the national team. Maybe, but then I want to do in other way. I believe that I can help in so many ways. So right now, I want to say that I'm gonna start some project to give something give something back to the community, football community. So I'm gonna go around the barangays to help those kids, or to promote the game, or to give the opportunity to the kids. If you wanna be part of it, of course you guys are welcome. I'll be very happy to do it together. But then I think that I have a lot of responsibility to give really something to the community. So that's why we're gonna start this project. But then of course I still wanna play for the national team. That's the highest that you can get as a football player and to represent the country. Yeah,
Yeah, you said 60 caps, right?
60 caps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still 29. I'm always ready. So.
That's why when we were talking, right, I said, Sato, you were playing in the 2010s, the last decade, so you're one of the few players whom I don't make feel old when I
Yeah.
say, oh, I watched you growing up. So it's great, of course. I made a number of guys feel old, of course, not with the intention, but to say thank you, of course.
Yeah.
Because that was the generation that paid way to a lot. I mean, I'm doing what I'm doing because of watching you guys play also, all of the different players who suited up for the national team, A through Z. But for your project, people can follow you on social media.
Yeah.
Right? That's where we'll put it. Yeah. Maybe we can stay in touch.
Yeah,
see what I can
definitely,
do.
yeah.
I would love to do that also. But let's get to, let's say, the beginning of the end. Oh, sorry, one more thing. Because you also grew up in Japan. First, we spoke about Filipino food. What's like your go-to Japanese food?
Japanese food.
Yeah.
Here in the Philippines.
Or maybe something you really picked up while growing up in, like Saitama, and that's what you look for. Anything goes.
Of course, there are so many Japanese restaurants, but then still the best for me is Yoshinoya.
Yoshinoya, hey, okay.
Yeah, it's cheap and then good beef rice bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, even I live in Indonesia, there was Yoshinoya.
They do.
Thailand, Yoshinoya. Philippines, there is.
Yeah.
You know, it's not everybody can afford. You know, you have those expensive sushi and this and that, but still, to this day, for me, always come back to Yoshinoya. Yeah.
I say that's you sticking to your roots. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, I mean, maybe things worked out, but
Yeah.
you got to go back there, of
Yeah.
course. And I mean, for the price, quality is pretty good.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. come to
Yeah.
think of it. We need more of those branches here. Not too many in the Philippines.
Yeah.
I'd love to see more. Well, let's get to the beginning of the end. You're saying you're just 29, but how many more years do you have left in the tank?
I feel good. You know, to be honest, when I was 18, 19, I became pro, and then I was thinking to stop football when I turned 30. But then right now, I feel great. I feel really fit. I think I still have like 7-8 years easily.
Damn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. You know, maybe 35 you change your mind. But for now, I just feel good. You know, I can still play. I don't want to play like. I don't want to be like Shoki. He's gonna. He's just retired. But
Yeah.
I hope. My belief. I hope that one day he will come back again because
Me
you know
too.
he's still super fit. He can. You know, he's a great player. He's better than any of us in the PFL. To be honest, you know, if you talk about individual, and then yeah. But I don't want to. I hope that I'm not playing until that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shocky.
Yeah,
Big
but
player.
I have big respect though, you know.
Super.
Super big respect. I never see somebody who loves football as much as him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And let's factor in that, you know, throughout the years, you'll be raising your kid, and Shocky's raising his kids too.
Yeah.
Right? I know fatherhood is a different job. It's
Exactly.
yeah, it's a
but
job.
maybe I'm supporting my daughter to be a football player one day. I don't know. My daughter is actually good with football.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah?
she's really a good player, even though I try not to let her touch with the ball, but then still she's, you know, kicking the ball sometimes in the house, sometimes outside. But when I see her playing, I was like, oh my gosh, like she's good. You know, I hope that, you know, you cannot choose. I'm just a father, but then of course if she wants, I will support definitely.
She wants to steal the ball from dad.
Yeah.
I think she'll be a good attacker because she has to get
Yeah.
past that. But the other one is 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? Still in the Philippines?
Definitely,
Maybe?
yeah. Since when I arrived in the Philippines when I was 18, I know that my you know, my life will be always in the Philippines. So when I finish my finish with the football or finish as a pro, I'll be here. Yeah, I will live in the
Fantastic
Philippines.
to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to clarify also for the record, what Rocky did was he was playing until the wheels were falling off. Yeah, I mean in a good way, of course.
Yeah.
But with second to the last one, if that time comes, you retire. I mean, thankfully you say it's not soon, and hopefully it's not soon. When people say, "Oh, si Daisuke Sato," blank, what do you want them to say, or how do you want people to remember you? Yeah.
Yeah, remember me. They will remember me as an underdog. The passion,
Yeah.
the mentality. I always change my life. The guy changed his life with football, with his passion. Yeah, I mean, they don't have to. So remember me in a good or bad. I don't care, to be honest. But then the guy that who always give everything on the pitch.
Wow.
Yeah, or who always fight everything for the country.
I really love how you're still sticking to your roots. And I think that does it. But Sato, I want to give you the floor to say hello to your family, friends, supporters,
Yeah.
everyone, supporters of Want the Gig, to support you and the team, and supporters of Philippine football. Yeah.
Hello guys, Sato here. Thank you for always for the support for the Philippine football. For me, we can grow this football together. We try to help each other to grow the game. My project is coming. Hope you guys can support. Also, if you want to join, more than welcome. Yeah, just support one Taguig, Philippine football, the teams that you support. I don't care, as long as it's football, we grow the game. You hate comment or good comment, as long as you talk about football, it's welcome. That's how we grow the game. So thank you guys.
Regardless, that's gonna make Sato smile. Push him in the gym. Anyway, guys, that does it for this episode with Daisuke Sato, our distinguished guest. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, of course. But we'll catch you soon. Bye-bye for now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.